If you rewind the clock back to January of 2019, there was a dark cloud hanging over the New Orleans Pelicans. Anthony Davis had just come out publicly, finally admitted that he wanted to be out of New Orleans as soon as possible, which put an end to the rumors that had been going on since that summer. The 2018-19 season in New Orleans was dreadful. And with Anthony Davis on his way out, it looked like the Pelicans were headed towards being a bottom dweller in the Western Conference once again. When superstar players leave their teams in the NBA, it is usually a drastic fall from grace. Just ask the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Orlando Magic, even the New York Knicks when Carmelo Anthony left. New Orleans got all they could in return for Anthony Davis. Normally, in situations like that, you'll get some draft picks. The other team will throw in a couple of scrubs for good measure, maybe a nice role player or two, but the Pelicans hit the jackpot. They got 3 promising young players in Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Josh Hart in exchange for Anthony Davis, along with a slew of draft picks. I mean, that's about as good as it gets when you are talking about trading a superstar player. Still, with those 3 guys coming to New Orleans, the excitement level around the city was still kind of low. How long would those guys be willing to stay in New Orleans? Even with all 3 of them, the team still wasn't a playoff contender. The Pelicans were missing a superstar player to kind of put it all together. They got that guy draft night with Zion Williamson. When Zion was drafted, excitement in New Orleans was at an all-time high for NBA basketball. In the 20 or so years that the team has been in New Orleans, I had never seen that level of excitement surrounding the Pelicans. With Zion, people now had real expectations for the Pelicans. Hell, some were even talking about them being a sleeper team in the Western Conference, at minimum, a number 8 seed in the playoffs. Before Zion even touched the floor, he had accomplished something in New Orleans that Anthony Davis never did in his 7 seasons. Zion Williamson made the New Orleans Pelicans relevant. He made them a consistent topic of national conversation. But after everything that has went on the past year or so, there is now another dark cloud in New Orleans. Zion Williamson's weight and his health. A dark cloud that was created by the Pelicans themselves because they treated Zion like a piece of fine china all season long. I was against the minutes restriction that the Pelicans put Zion on in Orlando. Now, obviously, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a sports medicine analytical expert. But my thing is, if Zion is not 100%, if he can't play more than 5 minutes at a time, then why even play him at all? Zion was visibly upset every time he was removed from the game while the Pelicans were in Orlando. So if he feels like he can handle playing 25, 27, 30 minutes a night, if he feels he can play more than 5 minutes at a time, then why in the hell are David Griffin and the Pelicans treating him like a yo-yo, putting him in, out, in, out? My concern is, why are the Pelicans limiting Zion? Is it to protect their investment in his future? It's possible. Even likely, I would say. I disagree with the strategy, but it was somewhat understandable earlier in the season why they were watching his minutes. Or is it because Zion Williamson, after a 4-month break, showed up in Orlando not in NBA basketball shape? Is that the reason? If the reason they're holding Zion back is the second reason I just gave, and there are a lot of reports claiming that to be the case, then we've got a real problem in New Orleans, right? I mean, this is a real problem. If Zion can't get in shape with 4 months off, when will he ever be in game shape? The Lakers used to have this same problem with Shaquille O'Neal. Going into every season, it was the same complaints. You'd hear it in the media. Sometimes Phil Jackson would bring it up. Kobe Bryant was consistently vocal about it. Shaq is out of shape. Shaq doesn't practice hard. Shaq doesn't work hard. Shaq needs to lose weight. The being out of shape, the needing to lose weight, it's the same thing that we keep hearing about Zion Williamson. It's kind of funny though. People said those same things about Shaq before every season. But once the season began, Shaq was dominant every year. There was no drop in production from the beginning of the year compared to the end of the season. Yes, Shaq admittedly played himself into game shape, but it didn't affect his play. It didn't affect his production. First 10 games of the 99-2000 season, he averaged 23 points a game. 2000, 2001, 28 points a game. 01-02, 29 points a game. Hell, if that's the type of production you get when Shaq is out of shape, then keep him out of shape. It's the same case with Zion Williamson. Before his debut back in January, everyone in the media was claiming that he's out of shape. The dude averaged 22 points a game the first 10 games of his NBA career. So how out of shape could he be? And that's in limited minutes. That's with David Griffin keeping him on a minutes restriction. Sure looked fine to me. But you'll never hear any of this in the media because they are too busy criticizing Zion Williamson. The bottom line is all of this attention on Zion Williamson and his weight is media over-exaggeration. A month ago, the media was talking about how great Zion looked, how he had lost weight. Zion's in great shape. Then, once the game started, all of a sudden, the same guy is suddenly not in game shape anymore. It's garbage. It is pure media garbage. Did he suddenly become out of shape in a matter of a couple of weeks? I don't think so. I don't see that happening. I actually feel bad for Zion Williamson. Every time that he is breathing heavy on the court, some media expert, some media analyst is going to blame it on his weight. Yet, when I see guys like LeBron or Joel Embiid, Giannis, breathing heavy, I don't hear anything. I don't hear people saying that they're out of shape. It's always, oh, they're exhausted from overexerting themselves. They're playing hard. They're playing too many minutes. I've seen some in the media compare Zion Williamson to Greg Oden. Greg Oden's NBA career was cut short due to injuries to his knees caused by his weight, which is true, but that doesn't mean the same thing is going to happen with Zion. You can point to other players that suffered injuries to start their NBA careers and were able to overcome them. Joel Embiid. Hell, Joel Embiid sat the first 2 years of his career. Now he's one of the most dominant centers in the NBA. Blake Griffin. He injured his knee the preseason of his rookie year. Sat his entire rookie season. He overcame it, had a great NBA career. My point is, Zion Williamson is going to be just fine. He is just fine. We've never seen an athlete like this before in the NBA. Trainers, medical staff, hell, coaching staffs, they've never seen a 6'6", 284-pound bulldozer with the type of speed and agility that Zion has. So, while it's understandable that David Griffin and the Pelicans were cautious with Zion earlier this season, especially coming off that injury, it is time for the gloves to come off. The gloves should have come off in Orlando. That decision cost Alvin Gentry his job, and he wasn't even the one that made the call. The only way for Zion Williamson to get into game shape is to play NBA games. There's no other way to do it. He's not going to get into game shape by sitting on the bench. People need to let him be. Just let Zion be Zion. And quit criticizing his weight. All right, that's all for today. Hit that like and subscribe button for me. Click the notification bell to receive all updates from the channel. Really appreciate the support from you guys. My stats are up across the board. Some of you guys are sharing some of my videos. It does not go unnoticed. So Thank you guys for all the help and support. Leave me a comment in the section below. Do you think Zion Williamson's weight is being over-exaggerated by the media? Let me know your thoughts. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you have any questions, a topic you'd like me to discuss, you can email me at BTLKC84@gmail.com. I will see you guys next time.